Hi friends, how's it going? My name is Joy and this is INxJOY. Today's pick a card is going to be the question, how does my soul want to prepare me for what's next? There's 3 piles to choose from. We have pile 1 with the Healerite. We have pile 2 with the Labradorite sphere. And we also have pile 3, the Caribbean calcite. As always, you can take a minute here to pause the video and meditate on the pile you want to choose, whatever pile or piles that you're drawn to at this time for this question. But before we get into it, this is just another part of the tarot series that we're doing here, where we go through all the major arcana. This particular one is based off of the Emperor, which is known to be someone more disciplined, someone more action-oriented, someone who kind of has their shit together. So yeah, so in preparation for what's next, I think what would be amazing is to just call upon that Emperor energy to boost the collective and the new and upcoming chapter that they're going through. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'll see you at your pile. Hi pile 1, if you've chosen this Healerite crystal, then this is your reading. So today we're asking the question, how does my soul want to prepare me for what's next? I feel like there's a shift in the collective, so I think it'd be a lot of fun to just kind of know what's next and what's going on. All right, so let's get started. So for my pile 1s, how does their soul want to prepare them for what's next? How does my pile 1 soul want to prepare them for what's next? Okay. So we're going to start with these 3 and then we're going to get clarifiers. So first you have, you have all reversals. You have the Page of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and then the 6 of Wands. Let's get some clarifiers before we begin. I just have some clarifiers for the Page of Swords. What's the 3 of Cups in reverse? The 7 of Wands upright. And a clarifier for, okay. And you have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So the only upright card you have for right now is this 7 of Wands card. And usually the 7 of Wands is a bit more combative. But in this pile, it seems like there is a conjoining of the feminine and masculine energies that you have. It feels like you're someone who already has mastered understanding what aspects of you like to shine out in which areas. For example, you tend to put on a more masculine role to protect your feminine whenever you are outside in the public. Maybe when people are approaching you, you might tend to have an energy that's a little bit more protective, and that is to protect this very confident, this very nurturing, this very beautiful and blessed feminine aspect of yourself. And it feels like you're someone who uses your intuition quite a bit to make sure that you are safe at all times. And it feels like how your soul is preparing you for what's next is making sure you are ready for anything that comes, for any type of threat. I don't want to say threat necessarily, but anything that is a little bit more threatening to you. And by threatening, I kind of mean as in, because I'm being shown a creeper in Minecraft, so it's something that threatening as in things that you might not be prepared for or you don't see coming. It feels kind of like you are being prepared for the unexpected. I think that's a great theme that's probably gonna go throughout this reading, is that you're being prepared for the unexpected. Being able to handle what's unknown, being able to handle things that are not comfortable for you. So yeah, that's how your soul wants to prepare you for the next aspect, next chapter of your life. It feels like right now you're going through a lot of rest with a lot of these cards in reverse. It doesn't feel like you're necessarily around other people too much. It feels like you're kind of taking a step back in order for you to kind of gather yourself and kind of gather your thoughts. With this Page of Swords in reverse, it feels like it feels like it's not just the Page of Swords. This is the combination of all the cards. It feels like with the combination of the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Wands in reverse, it feels like there has been something most recently in your past that you've had to kind of take a step back on and think about quite heavily and reflect upon and meditate on. It feels like there was an aspect that you might have been kind of like overthinking what you have said to someone else, overthinking how your words impacted another person. And it's kind of like a resting period with both the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups being clarifiers for this spread. It feels like you are kind of preparing yourself for more social scenes by being a little bit more hermity, by being a little bit more introverted. It feels like you want to make sure for the next chapter of your life, that you're choosing your words carefully and that you have a clear throat chakra. I feel like that's why my throat was blocked. It feels like you're really trying to make sure that what you say is what you mean and that you are coming from a place of good intentions, or at least honesty, or at least authenticity. That's how it feels like. It feels like, especially you being the Healerite pile, this chapter, this moment, like whenever you're watching this, right now it feels like you really are healing from past wounds, things that might have hurt you in the past. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, it feels like there are aspects of you that you needed to, that were like kind of being puppeted by other people in your life. Like, so you were saying things that you didn't really mean, but like it was because of other influences that were around you, that impacted you, that really kind of steered you in the wrong way and made you cover up who you really were and what you really thought. And in those scenarios, it didn't go well, because with the Six of Wands here, the Six of Wands is usually about championing a victory over something. So it feels like that necessarily didn't happen And it's caused you a lot of mental anguish with this Page of Swords in reverse. And it's caused you to think a lot about the social scenarios that you're in with this Three of Cups and Three of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you're someone who, before bed or whenever you have free time, you kind of ruminate on things that could have happened differently or things that you should have said differently. But it feels like this period of your time, your soul is preparing you to be able to handle those more unexpected, more unknown aspects of what's in the future. It kind of feels like you're being able to react in a way that comes from a more responsive aspect of yourself. It's not like a knee-jerk reaction that you just kind of blurt out whatever you say. It feels like right now you're taking the time to really meditate, to really contemplate on who you are, how you want to condone yourself, and what character you want to build in order for you to navigate the world. So it feels like you're really just trying to put a hold on what's going on in your mind so that when you do come out of this phase of more introversion, you are in a state where you're prepared. Yeah. Where you can kind of see clearly in regards to how you want to respond to another person. So other than having that knee-jerk reaction to whatever someone else is saying, you will take the time, you'll pause and be like, oh, okay. Another example could be like if you're going out with your friends and everybody's getting like McDonald's and you're just like, no, I don't want to support McDonald's right now. I'm boycotting McDonald's because of the fact that they franchise McDonald's have participated and have contributed to the Israeli army, because you might be someone who's very a social advocate of the people of Palestine. You might be to your friends like, oh no, I'm not eating McDonald's, I'm going somewhere else, I'm going home or something, other than having to conform to what people want of you. You're kind of letting go of this Seven of Swords in reverse energy where you're kind of becoming someone who can like stand firmly on what you believe, stand firmly on your passions, on your things that give you life. You're standing firm on that, and you're no longer letting other people influence how you're gonna condone yourself and how you're gonna behave and how you're going to act in the world. It feels like you're coming from a place of, oh, if someone's doing something else, you're not going to like follow them. It feels like you're stepping up and you're really becoming a leader, and we love that for you. We're so proud of you for that. Being able to step into your authenticity, step into who you are is a huge thing, and honestly, pat yourself on the back. Take this time, take this opportunity to care for your soul, care for yourself, and understand that you're doing amazing. And anything that's happened in the past was there to show you who you really are and give you more information on what you like, what you don't like, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. And moving forward, you can really be true to who you are and understand those uncomfortable moments of the past were only there for you to recognize what's comfortable for you. And sometimes it kind of sucks going through those uncomfortable moments, those anxious moments, those moments where you're like thinking, oh, I should have done this, oh, I should have done that. But like they're there to teach you lessons. They're there to teach you who you are. And, you know, mistakes will be your greatest teacher in life. It's only how you look upon those mistakes and how you take that moving forward. That's how you're going to define yourself, and that's who makes you you. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get some angels and ancestor oracle cards and then some tea leaf cards to end off the reading. So, how does my pal and soul want them to prepare for the next chapter? Yeah, exactly. Your mountains, stand your ground. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's such a like perfect card for you. Again, you, like I said earlier, you're someone who is standing your ground, who's making sure that you're firm in your beliefs and your passions, and making sure that you honor them in the way that you see fit. You also have Sky Father, trust the unknown. Again, this is just such an inline reading, and I love that for us. I love that for you. So these cards are just really reiterating from your angels, from your ancestors, that how you're being prepared for your next chapter is being able to stand your ground and trust that you will be prepared, that you will respond in the way that's true to yourself, that you will trust in the unknown, and that you will come out victorious, come out in a way where the Six of Wands is now upright. It feels like you're gonna be someone who really is a leader, who really is authentic to yourself, and who really who's really grounded in your beliefs, and you're moving in a way that is so unapologetically you. Okay, we're gonna take 2 cards from this, maybe 2 cards from this pile and 2 cards from the next pile. You have grapes, time to go have fun. And then you have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. To be honest, it's interesting. I feel like you kind of are shedding this, these roles of white supremacy, especially in this patriarchal world and this more consumerist capitalist world. That's a lot of buzzwords, but all I mean is that it feels like you're no longer letting the social structures of the world dictate how you condone your life. You're no longer going along with things that don't resonate with you, and you're recognizing that if you're different, that means that you're the leader for change. You're changing the culture. As Kendrick Lamar has famously said, you are what the culture's feeling. And so it feels like you are someone who's really pivoting this newfound aspect of how people should condone themselves, how people should act, and how people should honor themselves. Yeah, well, family wishes come true. And then you also have younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. So it feels like in this excuse me, in this last portion, I feel it's kind of like you are really, that's an interesting message. You are really breaking ancestral curses, breaking ancestral bindings that have limited your masculine side, because this is a very masculine reading. There is feminine aspects, don't like get me wrong, both live inside of you. It just feels like you're healing that younger, more masculine aspect of you, and you're kind of understanding that you don't have to follow, you can lead, and you can lead from a place of love. And that's really breaking a lot of these ancestral curses, these ancestral bindings, because of the fact that you're no longer choosing to do what's normally expected of you You are doing something that's more authentic to you and authentic to yourself, and that's something that your own divine masculine self, because I believe that we carry multiple aspects of the soul. It's only like a word I use to help put context to a situation. So if you're non-binary and you don't really resonate with like female, male, gendered kind of language, this is just more being like, oh, like you're really owning the part of yourself that was too scared to act, too scared to speak up, too scared to be different. It feels like you're someone who's really being true to who you are, and you're standing your ground and trusting that whatever comes your way, that you will be prepared for it. So yeah, take this time to heal, to meditate, to contemplate, because it is going to be very effective, very useful for you in regards to really understanding how you respond to things later on when you are around a lot of people, when you are with the public, when you are in a space where you're dealing with more than just yourself. And it feels like your words hold weight, so it is something that will be very beneficial for you to just take this time to just hang back, to basically do what you're doing. Just hang back, be a little bit more introverted, take the time to meditate and take care of yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna get 2 more cards from a different deck. One moment. All right, 2 more cards from the Sacred Self. All right, you have sex in reverse, or number 44. So your angels are 100% with you, but it feels like you might be, and you also have flow like water in reverse. So it feels like you are taking the time to really hone in on your own energy. I know that people practice not self-pleasuring and kind of like not participating in sexual acts to kind of keep their energy to themselves and to use that to gain momentum on other things in life. So it feels like that's what's happening. So if you feel like you have a low sexual drive right now, it's only because you are in a space where you're kind of gathering that energy so that you can really stand true and stand in guard for who you are. With this flow like water, it feels like the universe doesn't want you to flow like water anymore. It just wants you to stand your ground like a mountain, and it wants you to make sure that you have that firm foundation of who you are so that no one can break you. Yeah. Unbreakable soul. That's what your soul wants you to really hone in on right now, is making sure that you are unbreakable. And I just saw 222, well, like 2202 on the clock. So it's a very balancing time for you. And the divine source loves you for that. So keep going, keep just focusing on you and focusing on what you need in life. Be a little bit more introverted right now. That's totally okay. Kind of take a step back on sexual pleasures if you feel called to. I don't want to tell you what to do with your life, but if you feel so called to, please do that so that you can stand your ground and kind of suck in all that kind of energy so that you can use it for the rebalancing and the foundations for your soul and your soul care. So yeah, these are the messages I have for you today, my dear pal ones. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this helped and I hope this resonated. Have a great rest of your day and take care. Love you so much. Bye. Hi pal 2. Hope you're doing well. If you've chosen this spherical labradorite, then this is your file. Alright, so today we're asking the question of how does my soul want to prepare me for what's next? We're going to get some tarot and then some oracle cards to really see how your soul wants to prepare you for what's next. I'm going to shuffle the cards real quick. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to care for yourself and to give yourself a time and reflective, meditative space to listen. Whether you're listening to this to fall asleep, do your laundry, move about the house, doesn't matter. You're still taking care of your soul in any which way possible. And if you're just fully listening to this, like watching, say thank you for giving your attention. And I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to little old me and the divine source coming through me as the conduit to prepare for you. Anyways, let me start this. So I'm gonna put this to the side. You have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups to start. Got one more card. Oh, okay. You got two more cards. You have the Four of Swords and the Nine of Cups. And then we're going to get some clarifiers before we begin. So can I get a clarifier for the Ace of Wands? You have the Eight of Wands. Clarifier for the Four of Cups. You have the Eight of Swords. Clarifier for the Four of Swords. You have the Five of Cups. And then the Tower in reverse for the Nine of Cups. Because we're just going to be taking it like that today. Okay. Yeah, the Tower is in reversed. Interesting. So reversals don't necessarily mean the reverse of the actual card. It can. Sometimes it does, but not always. When it comes to the Tower and the Sun, the message still rings true, but it feels like other than when the Tower is in reverse, it feels more like you are the one orchestrating it more as opposed to the universe doing it for you. It's more of personally I believe that's more of a inward understanding and an inward action. So it's not a scary card in this spread, especially. I think it's a really good aspect to have the Tower in reverse right now. But yeah, it feels like, just like my pal ones, you're probably someone who is resting, who's taking the time to really just kind of heal, hang back, and restore your energy. It feels like how your soul wants you to prepare for what's coming next is to recognize that you're kind of branching into this new aspect of yourself. With this Ace of Wands clarified by the Eight of Wands, it feels much like you are growing into this new being of you, and you are kind of condoning your way that is a lot more present, a lot more clear on especially how you speak to people. It feels like you're no longer hiding yourself. You're birthing this new aspect, this new part of your soul. Because I'm drawn to this bird's nest. It feels like you're really taking this time, like how a baby bird, before it flies for the first time, kind of is more incubated and more nurtured by the parents, like the bird parents, right? So It feels like you're doing that for yourself. You're kind of taking this time to nurture yourself, and before you fly off and before you kind of like pick up on speed in regards to communicating with others. It feels like you're no longer being stubborn on how, you're no longer being stubborn on how you emotionally interact with people. With the Four of Cups in reverse, in combination with the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups, it feels like you are someone who is going to be a lot more expressive with your emotions, because you have a really nice balance of elements here. The only element not present is the earth element, the Pentacles sign, but you have a really good spread in regards to it, to how you're conducting yourself. Your soul is actually very proud of you, and it feels like it's really guiding you, and you're really listening in regards to what's needed of you. I'm being drawn to this stained glass window of a younger self praying to a deity, and it feels like you're someone who's recognizing that this rest period, this time for you, is going to help you get a grip on your emotions and be able to express that to the people that you care about, to the people that you love. And this is something that's very intentional when it comes to you. With this Tower moment in reverse, it feels like you are sick of not being able to express yourself to others. Oh, and I'm getting so emotional right now. You're kind of sick of not being able to be emotional. And so this point in time for you is very healing. It's very cathartic in regards to how you express yourself to those that you love, especially because of the cups, especially with this Nine of Cups. It feels like you want to be fulfilled emotionally. You want to be able to really express yourself, and you want to be able to share that and have that with your loved ones. There's a lot of crying imagery in this spread. If you see the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords, there are two crying imageries, one coming from the swords and one coming from the person. So it feels like right now you're thinking about all of the like past moments where you should have expressed yourself, where you should have emotionally told someone how you felt. And it's not like you're beating yourself up about it. I think it's not that. It doesn't feel that way. You recognize that what happened in the past was there in order for you to learn from it and grow from it. It just feels like you're going to be putting that into practice. So unlike my pile ones, you, my dear pile twos, are more focusing on the emotional fulfillments that is coming towards you. You're focusing on how to be more emotionally fulfilled and present in your relationships with others. And it's going to be something that's very dramatic with this Tower card in reverse, but it's also going to be something that's very initiated by you. Especially with this Ace of Wands and the Tower in reverse, it feels like you're someone who's going to be able to express yourself in this newfound way, in this way where you kind of grow and you grow the relationships around you, where you can really just have this this more fruitful, this more fiery, this more passionate, communicative side grow out of you, and you're kind of evolving into this new kind of being that, of course, you're going to take the lessons of the past, but you're growing so that you use those lessons and really make the most of your future. So presently, what you're doing is really, it's really this section is you're being more fluid. Unlike my pile ones who needed to be more grounded, you're kind of letting go of the more stubborn, of the more blocked off aspects. You are letting go of those, of the need to control, and you kind of have been isolating yourself away to really think about the words you've said in the past, how you said it, and what you really wanted to say to others. You know, it feels like you're kind of going through this cleanse, because whenever I think of bubbles, I think of soap and cleansing and being able to really refresh your ideas and refresh your mind from what's happened. And it feels like this is a point of your journey, of your story, where you're clearing your karma. That's how it feels. I'm being drawn to this more Egyptian-esque imagery of these angels, and it feels like there has been things in your past, whether that be a past life or just the past of your childhood, of your teenage, of your young adult, whatever past means to you. It feels like you're clearing that karma of not being able to express yourself honestly to others, and you're stepping into a place where you want to be emotionally fulfilled, where your heart grows and it expands so that you can really express yourself to others. Yeah. So that is how your soul is really caring for yourself. Oh my goodness. The audio quality of this is gonna be pretty shit because I forgot to turn on my voice recorder. Fuck. But I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, so if the audio sounds different, I'm so sorry. I think this is also just kind of a moments where it's kind of like this, you know. It feels like you might have been someone who's been holding back, so the audio has been like kind of muted on your side, but now you're kind of turning on your emotions, you're turning on the clarity of what you feel and how you want to express yourself to others, and especially what you think about like yourself and others and the environment around you. You're really just kind of becoming a lot more clear and more expressive on how you condone yourself in the world. I feel like that shift, I feel like that moments of clarity is coming real soon, and that's what you're preparing for. And how you're preparing for it, how your soul wants you to prepare for it, is what you're already doing right now, is being able to kind of think about the past actions, past conversations that you've had, and recognizing that you want to be different, you want to be more expressive, you want to show how you feel to others, you want to be fulfilled from your heart space, and you want to do it, you want to take action on it, you want to be the one to initiate it. And we're here for that. We love a deity who is able to autonomously take control of their life and go about their life in a way that really resonates with them. So yeah, we're so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Divine Source is so proud of you. Your soul is so proud of you for taking this initiative and really taking this step of recognizing how you want to condone yourself in the future. All right. So we're gonna get some angel and ancestor oracles. Yeah, okay, so you have retreat and recharge. That is what you're doing right now. And then you also have shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. So yeah, right now, how your soul really wants you to care for yourself is to do what you're doing, which is retreating and recharging, making sure that you have a lot of time to just kind of meditate, contemplate on the past and how you want to condone yourself in the future. So take this time now in the present to be able to just kind of recognize that this more isolated period, this more introverted period is necessary for you. Yeah, and it will help you to prepare for this aspect of the shapeshifter where you are able to transform and unveil your gifts, where you're able to really emotionally connect with your instincts and your sense of self as well as your higher self, and you're able to really know who you are in the ways of, you know what your emotions are, you know how you want to feel, because not everybody has that gift of being able to understand their feelings right away. For example, my partner, I absolutely love him, but he literally cannot feel sometimes. Like sometimes he'll be doing the laundry and he doesn't know that the clothes are still wet from the dryer because his hands literally physically can't feel the wetness. And it's an interesting metaphor for him because sometimes he doesn't understand his emotions either. I used to be this way quite heavily, like a few years ago when I was in uni, where I couldn't really understand my emotions. I couldn't really understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And even worse, I couldn't even feel. Like I was blocking my feelings out so much. I was numbing myself out so much that I just couldn't feel anything. So it feels like, but it feels like you're really taking this time right now to retreat, to recharge, to really get back into your own space, back into your own body, so that you feel safe, you feel comfortable to be able to kind of warm yourself up to the numbness, to the iciness of your heart. It feels like your heart is melting so that you can really feel it again and you can feel the warmth of your soul once again. Oh, we love that. And I think that's going to be one of your gifts, is being able to transform the fact that you have been numb in the past and recognizing that you're transforming so that you can actually understand who you are and what you feel and how you can go about and navigate your life in a way that is in alignment with you, with what your heart thinks, what your heart wants, what your mind wants, what your body wants. It feels like you're just really tapping into you and who you are and all the loveliness and beauty that comes with being emotional and being not just emotional, but you have a good head on your shoulders. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. It feels like you've always kind of you operated in the realm of the mental facilities, but it feels like now you're dropping down to the heart space where you combine both your mental, your emotional, your physical, so that you can really move about more authentically. You can move about in a way that shows people that you care, shows them your true emotions. Like, it can also be in the ways of, sometimes you might have not told people that you were angry or you're sad or that you were frustrated, but because you wanted to people please. I feel like you're recovering from it. Is your time, and I see 11:01 on the clock, so this is a new space for you to really operate in. And of course there's going to be like wavering aspects where you kind of good days and bad days, you know, but as a whole, you're progressing into a being where you can fully just kind of feel and express yourself and be unapologetic. It's a very similar aspect of Pile 1, so you might have just come from Pile 1, but there are differences in the fact that Pile 1 was more about grounding themselves, whereas it feels like with you, it's more about letting yourself emote, letting yourself feel. Okay, let's get a couple more cards. Oh, you have the card September as well as February. So those months might be very important to you. Those months might be very significant in regards to you expressing yourself. It feels like maybe in September you will be going through, all my readings are timeless by the way, but like in September you're probably going through an aspect where you're growing and understanding and learning. And then when it comes to February, you're able to really like you'll like kind of be like, oh yes, this is who I am, this is me. I'm going to just express myself the ways in which I need to. Or it might be about 5 months where this period will take place. 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 days. But it feels like more like about 5 months where you'll see the progression by the end of the 5th month. You know, it might be a slower progression, but just know that like that's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be like, you're supposed to take your time with it. You're supposed to really be able to like hold space for yourself. You also have Firecracker, which is excitement. As well as Chair, empty. Someone is leaving your life. And I feel with that, it's more like people might fall out of your life, but it's only because those are the people that weren't honoring your feelings, weren't honoring who you were. And because you are coming into a space where you can really be yourself, those things will fall away. This could also mean that a part of you, a part of your aspect, a part of your personal self is leaving, as in like you no longer are going to abandon yourself, you no longer are going to stray from your feelings. Like that, I'm hearing the old me is dead and gone. So yeah, it feels like the old part of yourself is like clearing out to make room for this new part of yourself, and it's going to be very exciting. All right, last 2 cards. So what does my Piles 2 soul want them to do to prepare for what's next? Okay. Ooh, you have sing. I love that for you. Singing is going to be a great aspect of expressing yourself and really feeling your emotions and tapping into that emotional body. You also have deep breathing, so just taking the time to really focus on your breathing, being aware of your breath, being aware of how you're living. That's going to be a great aspect of what your soul wants you to do right now. And lastly, you have look for fairies. So I'm not sure if you do believe in fairies or not, but if you do, just being able to tap into that realm, to tap into the side of yourself that really like honors all aspects of yourself, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, all aspects of yourself, because fairies are known to be very neutral beings. You know, they can be more of a trickster if you like mess with them, but normally they can also be very good. They could also be very helpful. I'm thinking of these fairies called brownies, where they help you in the kitchen, and they're there to help you kind of like intuitively get a good taste of your food. So it really depends on how you look at it. So I think it's just honoring all aspects of yourself and recognizing that it's okay to be mad, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be happy, it's okay to be excitement, it's okay to feel, it's okay, you know. You're in a safe space, you're in a safe body, and you're honoring yourself to be able to do all of that. Yeah, so that's the messages I have for you today, my dear pal twos. I hope this resonated and helped and gave you a little bit more clarity on how to prepare yourself for what's coming next from the messages of your soul, using me as a conduit. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for being here and listening. I love you so much, and I hope you take care and have a great day. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you've chosen this Caribbean calcite, and this is your reading. So today we're looking at the question of how does my soul want to prepare me for what's next? I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Make sure I'm clearing out the last 2 piles so that you can have a fresh reading. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen and just connect to your soul. All right, so let's begin. So how do my pile 3's soul want them to care for themselves so that they can prepare for what's next? You have the World. Oh. And you have 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and then the 10 of Wands. Can I have some clarifiers, please? You have the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, I'm not gonna take those ones. Can I have a couple more clarifiers? Thank you. You have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the 4 of Swords upright. Yeah. I feel like whoever's connecting to this channel has been a lot like me in regards to just kind of taking the time, like a nice time out to recharge and reset. So how does your soul want you to prepare for what's next? I'm hearing like, you better work, bitch. So that's interesting. I think you're taking this time to really talk to yourself differently. It feels like you're balancing yourself when it comes to working hard and then taking the time you need to rest. And it feels kind of like you're holding yourself. You're just holding yourself, like you're holding yourself in a more incubated space with the World and then the 4 of Pentacles clarifying. It feels like right now you are taking this time and like kind of like, again, isolating yourself. This is the 3rd pile where it feels like the collective is oddly enough in a more isolated state. And I see 11:11 on the clock, so it's quite the new beginning for you. But it feels like your soul wants you to be reminded of how you have this protection over you, how you have this protective aspect around you at all times, whether you are alone or out in the public. It feels like, ooh, there you go. It feels like you're balancing yourself quite heavily, especially when it comes to rest and work. With the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles reverse, it feels like you put a lot of weight when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to like those aspects of the material world. It feels like you hold a lot of weight on that. So with both of them in reverse, it's kind of connoting this more balanced aspect where you're not down and out or abundant and plentiful. You are letting that kind of mindset go. You're letting that kind of mindset of being down on your luck and the luckiest person alive, you're letting it kind of go, and you're kind of putting things into your own hands when it comes to taking charge of your life. With the 10 of Wands clarified by the 4 of Swords, these are two kind of opposite cards, quite opposite. Just like the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, these are two opposite like sides of the same coin, you know? You are like, it feels like you either go on like streaks where you're working really hard and doing that non-stop, you're like grinding, you're really grinding, like you're on that grind. But afterwards, you grind yourself so much to the point of burnout that you need to take like several days to just bed rot and just be on your bed and like do nothing but like chill and do nothing but sleep and do nothing but like lie there and just be. So with these cards, it feels like you're really balancing those aspects of yourself, and how your soul wants you to prepare for the next chapter is to really have that notion of balance, is to really recognize that you need this part of your time to balance yourself, to really understand yourself. Even with this World card and this 4 of Pentacles, this feels like the material and the spiritual world, like two sides of the same coin, but in need of balance. So it feels like you're really like weaving together this new life of, new life of yours, in which you will be balanced. Apologies. And it might feel a little bit like uncomfortable because of those bodily, like, I want to say like not hiccups, but like burps. Like I don't know what just happened to my body, but like it feels like it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. It's gonna take a bit of time for you to really like recenter yourself and rebalance yourself. But that's what your soul really wants you to do, is to understand that like being at the two extremes of a spectrum is what life is, you know? Like we always, like it's like a pendulum, you know? We always like kind of have seasons of rest and seasons of activity, but recognizing that like you don't have to put so much weight on that, you know? Especially on the material world, it feels like you don't, or the spiritual world, you know? Like you don't have to put so much weight on everything, on yourself, you know? Like it feels like you have a lot on your shoulders, you have like a weight on your shoulders, and that's what your soul really wants you to kind of let go of at the moment, of this pressure, of this imbalance that is probably manifesting as like burnout, probably manifesting as more isolated aspects. Like you might like really dive deep into your work and like you don't talk to anyone for like 5 days. I've been there, done that. I totally understand. But like you might be really focusing on your physical self, going to the gym like 7 days a week, like for like 5 hours. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. But that's a more extreme version of it. But like, you know, and I hope you know what I'm saying when I say that. It's just that you're kind of overworking yourself to the point of burnout. So then you have to like automatically recharge, and automatically like your body will not let you like continue on in that way, and then the cycle continues, you know? Once you finish your rest, then you're back at it, and then when you rest, and then you're back at it, and then you rest, and then you're back at it. And I think what your soul wants you to do is to kind of come up with more sustainable solutions for what you love in the material world. You know, we have to live in the material world. That's just like a given, you know? But it feels like you are really rebalancing yourself so that you can sustain and continue on practices that you enjoy that are beneficial for you, you know? For example, if you're working really hard at your job, to the point where you're like burning yourself out, I feel like you're going to be taking yourself a little less seriously. You're going to have a little bit more fun. You know, you're going to take those 15-minute breaks. You're going to take those hour-long breaks. You're going to take a walk whenever you feel stressed. You're going to, you know, do things that actually benefit you in the long run in regards to your health, especially. So yes, you will work hard still, but you won't overdo it. You won't push yourself too much so that you need to take like 5 days off because you've been working so hard. You've been doing like 7 people's jobs, even though like you're one person, and you know, you're going to be asking your manager to hire more people so that you're not overburdened. You're going to be asking your partner to pick up some chores around the house so that you don't feel so overwhelmed when you get home. That's how it feels like with this. It feels like you're just kind of taking a step back to rebalance yourself and like recognize that you also need space to live sustainably, and you don't want to feel burnt out all the time, and you don't want to feel like you have to go all the time, you know? It feels like you're someone who's going to be able to really put in sustainable solutions. So other than like going for like a 5-hour hike on a Sunday every week, it feels like you're probably going to take like 10 minutes every single day just to like walk around your neighborhood, and it's going to be a lot more sustainable for you because you're not going to have to go out to a hiking spot and prepare food and prepare gas for your car, prepare meetups. Like you're just going to be going now locally around your block for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it won't feel like there's so much weight, so much pressure for you to get it done. You're just going to do it because you truly enjoy it, because you truly love it, because you recognize that you're taking care of yourself. You're not pushing yourself. You're not resting super hard. You're in that sweet spot. You're in that sweet spot where you can really fully feel like you're enjoying yourself. I think that's one of the biggest messages, is to be in that sweet spot of fulfillment and an enjoyment. You're not pushing yourself too hard. You're not resting too much. You're just in that perfect spot of, I can do this. Why not? I can do this every day. Why not? You know, it's kind of like laundry. You know what I mean? Like sometimes laundry can pile up, and then you have like 3 to 5 loads of laundry you have to do, and then you're like stressing out because you have to like do all of them, then fold all of them and put it away, and then you're wearing like clothes that like you would never wear, but it's because it's laundry day you have to wear it. And other than doing that, you might be doing like a load every 3 days, every like couple of days, so that you don't feel that burden, that daunting aspect of, oh my God, there's so much work to do. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh my God, there's so much work to do. Oh my God, I'm so tired. So you're breaking that cycle. That's what your soul wants you to prepare for, is that you're breaking that cycle. But you need to have the notion of being balanced, because when you break that cycle, you're going to need to have sustainable solutions so that that cycle is broken. That's the only way you're going to break the cycle, is that you have to come up with better solutions that really nourish yourself and really give yourself that space to breathe, and give that space of like you're enjoying something, not that you're pressured to do it, that you actually enjoy what you're doing so that you can continue, and that can sustain you, and that can really give that momentum to kind of propel you into a life where you've always wanted to live. One where you feel a lot more fulfilled, a lot happier, a lot more full, like the world. The world is the last card of the arcana. It's the completion card, and that's how you want to feel. And so that's what you're being prepared for, is living a life where you do feel that way. Oh, that's amazing. We love that for you. So we're gonna get a couple of angel and ancestor oracles. You have arrow. Surround yourself with positive energy. As well as animal guardian. Trust your instincts. So you're gonna be coming to a time where you're going to be, again, this whole barrier, like this whole aspect where you're just kind of filling your cup filling your cup before you fill other people's cups. You're gonna fill your cup first. And we love that for you. All right. I'm gonna a couple of tea leaf oracles. You have camel, persevere and overcome problems, as well as fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Oof, we love that, because I was talking so heavily about the material world. I love that this card comes out for you, because sometimes being shrewd, being resourceful is what you need. You don't need to pour a lot of money into something. You don't need to pour a lot of your physical energy into something. Sometimes you just need to be a little bit more resourceful in regards to seeing that, you don't need like 1,000 things to get this done. You just need this one good thing for it to happen. I was watching a video with Ryan Reynolds the other day. It was Hot Ones, when they eat like really spicy wings, and the interviewer asked Ryan so like, how do you like, or he was kind of like complimenting Ryan, being like, you've said that movies don't need a bunch of money thrown at them. They just need like really connecting characters for people to fall in love with. And it feels kind of like that same aspect of, you don't need to throw a lot of money at yourself for you to feel good. You just need that connection in order for you to recognize what you need, And when you do persevere, when you recognize that it's your solutions that will overcome these problems, it feels like you're going to recognize these solutions come from being a little bit more shrewd, being a little bit more resourceful, being a little bit more careful of your soul. Okay, and then we're going to get 2 more cards. Okay, you have boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. So yeah, you will be successful once you do those things. Once you become a little bit more shrewd, a little bit more resourceful, a little bit more sustainable with how you conduct yourself, especially when it comes to business. And then we also have sun, happiness and well-being. I love that for you. And it just really resonates in conjunction to the rest of the reading, because once you have that down packed, you'll just feel so much more fulfilled. Like I was saying earlier, you're just going to feel so much more whole. You're just going to feel like happy and well taken care of, and you can operate and sustain yourself for much longer for whatever you're doing. Okay, last 2 cards, I promise. So how does Pile 3 Soul want to prepare them for what's next? How does Pile 3 Soul? Amazing. Okay, so you have sweet treat, as well as spend time with friends. So you might be in a space where you're just kind of putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and all you really need is to tell yourself, good job. Here's a treat, here's a cookie. Here's here's your favorite like dessert, here's your favorite restaurant, here's your favorite spa day, you know, just giving yourself something that you can like look forward to, and recognizing you're doing hard work and you deserve to be rewarded. You deserve to reward yourself. And so having that aspect of really giving back to yourself, I think, is something that your soul would really appreciate from you at this time. And you also have to spend time with friends. So when you do have a lot of burdens, when you do really just want to vent about that coworker, vent about your boss, vent about your troubles, leaning on your friends right now will really help you emotionally connect and wind down, and really help you recharge your battery. You know, lean on friends that really make you feel safe and make you feel like you can just kind of rebalance yourself, and go to people who really make you feel like you have this space to unpack and unwind, and who's ready and willing to share that burden, that emotional burden, that physical burden with you. There are people in your corner who want to be there for you. You just gotta reach out, and you gotta take care of yourself and rebalance yourself, because that is how your soul wants you to prepare for what's next. Because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. That I'm gonna leave it at that. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. That's what your next chapter is gonna be. So getting those sustainable solutions now is going to really help you prepare for that. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so, so much. You beautiful soul, you're doing great. Keep going. Get those solutions out. I know you can do it. Lean on your friends and give yourself a nice treat, because you deserve it. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening. Take care. Bye.